Happy Tuesday, everybody. So today's journey and devotional is all about forgiveness. And we're going to have our real talk, true story, combo. So how often do we say, I forgive you, I'm going to let this go. I ain't going to bring it up no more. But every opportunity we have, we look for, we searching, we really, hadn't really forgiven the person, or we hadn't really let it go like we say we did. And so let's talk about this for a moment. And forgiveness is so great. Let me just start off by saying that. But I love sharing my stories. So I didn't get to go to my 8th grade prom, and I went to Turner Middle School, and everybody was amped up, and they was ready, and they ready to go to the prom with their little boyfriends, or they homegirls, and that was me too. My brother was all GQ'd out and ready to chaperone me, and my dad had cleaned up his Cadillac, and I had got my nails and toes done, and back when I was young, we didn't have a lot of money, so getting your nails and toes done was like a privilege. And I had got my hair fixed, and I had this white dress. And so my mom, she got this dress from Macy's, and it was a pretty white dress. And I'm all ready to go to the prom, and I'm excited. This is my 8th grade prom. This is right before I enter into high school. Well, my mom, when she got ready to walk out the store, she told me that she didn't notice that the little thing that, the little ink that's on the tag, the little thing that goes off when you walk out the store, well, that was left on my clothes. And so I was like, well, don't worry about it. Nobody's going to really notice it. Nobody's going to see it. It's okay. I'm going to still put my dress on. She was like, no, let me take it off for you. And I said, okay. But when she took it off, ink spilled everywhere on this white dress. And so I'm crying, and I'm like, what am I going to do? I cannot go to this prom. So I cried all night. I was so mad. I was so hurt. I was just so devastated because, everybody want to go to their 8th grade prom. And she came in my room, and she was trying to talk to me, but I just, I couldn't hear nothing she was saying. I was so mad. I was so hurt. And for years and years, I carried that anger and I carried that hurt around. And I have a daughter, and she was, on her way, to her prom one day, and I was determined. I was not going to let her 8th grade be like my 8th grade. And so I did everything I thought I could do not to ruin her moment. And this is so critical, y'all, because I didn't even know that. I know I was holding on to that hurt and that anger, but I didn't really know that I hadn't really forgiven my mom. So I'm walking around, and I'm trying to make sure, Kiara has this and she has that. And the whole day, I was throwing it up in my mom's face. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure Kiara go to her prom. I'm gonna make sure it wasn't a failure like mine was. I'm gonna make sure that, I don't give her the same hurt that she gave me. I'm gonna make sure that everything is done right. And I bought a backup dress to the backup dress because I just didn't want that failure to be, a round 2 episode. And all that day, I was throwing it up in my mom's face, just throwing it up. And when I took her to the prom, I came back in the bathroom, and I cried because in my mind, I felt like such a relief, like she doesn't have to go through what I went through. But my heart was hurting because I seen the look on my mom's face, and she was just sad because I had just been throwing it up. And she said, you still holding on to that, like you really hadn't forgiven me. And at that moment, I knew, you know what? I really hadn't forgiven you. I thought I had let it go, but when Kiara started talking about her prom, I'm like, oh, this is my time to be better than what my mom was. And so cried because I knew it was something that I needed to do for myself, because I realized that, you know what, I really haven't forgave you like I should, like I really needed to. And I had been walking around with this hurt and this anger and this baggage, and it was just tucked down. I didn't really even know it, you know, until it resurfaced. To that moment resurfaced. And the day I forgave her for that, something in me changed. You know, I started just having the conversations, and that's what forgiveness is about. Forgiveness is about choosing, number one, to forgive, having the conversations, moving forward, and letting it go. And y'all, that thing, I'm telling you, that hurt me so bad. And I used to cry, you know, like, dog, I'm just so mad at her. She ain't doing this, she ain't do this, she brought this up. And I used to, you know, I didn't get to go to my 8th grade prom, and I was mad about that. And I didn't get to go to my 11th grade prom. I was mad about that. But then when I got pregnant, I said, you know, who can I be mad at? I can't be mad at nobody but myself this time. So I had been holding on to just unforgiveness. And I'm telling you, y'all, there is some real power in forgiveness. And forgiveness ain't really for the other person. It's for you. When you forgive people, you I'm telling you, you get your sanity back. You know, it's healing, and it's power in forgiveness. I'm telling you that forgiveness is a choice. Choose to release the person. Put it in God's hand. You know, scripture says it ain't your battle anyway. It really belongs to the Lord. So start letting God fight your battles. You know, forgive people. Let that go. You know, start praying for not only you, but for them. God bless them. You know, God help them out. You know, God give them peace. You know, just ask God for that. And finally, you know, I always say forgiveness is final. When you say you forgive someone, truly mean it. Truly let it go. Truly have the conversation and move forward with your life. Don't hold on to it. Don't hold that baggage over the person's head. Well, you know, I forgave you this time, but I ain't gonna forgive you no more. And then when something similar happens, you know, I ain't gonna keep letting you hurt me. I'm gonna forgive you for this, but don't try me again. Listen, I often think about how many times I've come to God and I've asked for His forgiveness, and He's forgiven me, you know. And I'm just saying to you all that if there's anybody in your life that you angry with, you upset with, you hurt, have the conversation. Let's break the barrier. Let's move forward. Let's begin to forgive them. And I said in my book, you know, there's power in forgiveness, there's healing in forgiveness, there's freedom in forgiveness, but most of all, it's joy in forgiving. And it may not always be easy, but it's well worth the process. It's well worth your moving forward. It's well worth your growth. And I challenge you to just, when you think about forgiveness and when you're in the process of, you know, forgiving the person and having the conversation, just keep Mark 11:25 in your head. Keep that scripture in your mind. Meditate on it. Focus in on it. Have the conversation. Let's start forgiving. Let's move forward. I'm out.